Hi, my name is Nicholas Gibson and welcome to my assessment for EPT127 in the form of a digital photo story. The aim of this presentation is to inform you of what makes an effective kindergarten to Year 2 literacy classroom and to discuss classroom talk. This being the communication between teacher and student to teacher. Wingjan states, literacy has to do with having the skills and knowledge to create, locate, analyse, comprehend and use a variety of written, visual, oral and multimodal texts. The fundamental skills of literacy are reading, writing, speaking and listening. However, with the rapid integration of technology within our society, these fundamental skills have evolved to include viewing and representing literacies, which exist in traditional and digital mediums in the forms of text, images, and sounds. An effective K-2 literacy classroom essentially rests upon the shoulders of the teacher and the strategies they employ to engage with their students. As Heckman states, literacy is a skill that begets many other skills. This holding true, the K-2 teacher is responsible for laying a strong literacy foundation which students can build upon throughout their schooling careers and their lives. This literacy foundation is built upon the 8 critical aspects of literacy development. These include reading texts, comprehension, vocabulary knowledge, aspects of writing, aspects of speaking, phonics, phonemic awareness, and concepts about print. To facilitate the learning of these aspects, an effective K-2 classroom should allow the students to question and answer the teacher and their fellow students, thus creating dialogic talk amongst the whole class. It should have easy access to a variety of texts, resources and props. The students should be given the opportunity to speak, sharing their experiences and to listen, thus learning from others. The students' diversity should be embraced as all students have unique funds of knowledge. Reading and writing should be experienced individually and as a group. Examples of this include group story time and the practice of letters and words on the class smartboard. This allowing feedback opportunities and creating dialogical communication amongst the entire class. Reading and writing also introduces the students to phonics, which involves the connection between sounds and letters, and phonemic awareness, which involves hearing and manipulating individual sounds in the spoken language, allowing students to decipher the alphabet. Access to technologies such as computers, tablets, and the internet is essential, exposing students to multimodal literacies which surround them in the digital age in which they live. Competent literacy skills within technologies will also increase students' chances of success in later life. Assessment of these skills is also important for both teacher and student, illustrating areas where both need to improve upon. It is important that the teacher illustrates the purpose of these activities and their benefits to their students, else interest may be lost amongst them. The benefits may be pure fun, an important thing to all, especially a K-2 student, or the purpose may be the ability to communicate with each other, organise their lives, and interpret the world they live in. In order to achieve all this, a teacher must equip their students with Luke and Freebody's 4 literacy resources. These 4 resources are code breaking, the ability to decipher letters and words and their images and sounds, meaning making, is the ability to understand these literacies, text using, the ability to speak, read and write, and text analysing, the ability to assess literacy content. Luke and Freebody stress that these four resources are not learnt in sequential or hierarchical order and should be integrated into literacy lessons. Once the fundamental skills of the four resources are learnt, students are well equipped to build upon this foundation and lead literacy-rich lives. In order to achieve these literacy aspects, communication must exist within the classroom, which brings us to classroom talk. Classroom talk is the communication between teacher to student and student to teacher. Edwards Groves states, "Classroom talk is instrumental for teaching and for learning. At its most influential, it has the power to improve both the teacher's ability to teach responsively and the student's ability to use language more flexibly, productively, and purposefully in their learning." A common classroom talk structure is IRE, which is where the teacher initiates the conversation or topic, the students respond, and the teachers then evaluate their response, providing feedback if necessary. This structure is one that should be avoided, as the teacher speaks for 2 out of the 3 turns of talking. The teacher also speaks for longer periods than the students, which essentially creates a one-way dialogue and puts the students in danger of becoming passive learners. Effective classroom talk, which provides the greatest opportunity for literacy learning, happens when the whole classroom is involved in a dialogic communication. An environment that not only encourages students to talk, but expects them to, allows students to vocalize their thoughts, listen to others, deepen thinking, question and challenge ideas, develop social skills, and build confidence. This dialogue from students is a useful tool for teachers as it allows for student assessment and the correction of any misunderstandings. In order for this environment to exist, the teacher must consciously facilitate classroom talk in a fashion that promotes student response. Edwards Groves demonstrates several ways to achieve this. A teacher can sustain the thinking of their students by asking them to elaborate on the answer already given, thus deepening the explanation. Allowing other students to offer their ideas and opinions can confirm an answer or raise a new point entirely, this prompting further discussion. With different ideas being voiced, it is inevitable that students will form different opinions. It is important for these opinions to be respectfully challenged by other students. Challenging a fellow student or teacher's thinking also demonstrates active listening, showing the student's ability to listen, process the information, and then formulate a response. All these classroom talk strategies create dialogical communication, which will create effective literacy within any classroom. Thank you for your time and attention.